this is how your pattern should look like, right? For the front, this is the design, the C cut on the pattern, and then we can just label this up so you know from left to right where your pattern will be. Okay, so we are going to be starting on a full scale bodice, and it is up to the half length. Also, my front bodice has a shoulder dart and a waist dart. We need both the front bodice and the back bodice in the full scale. So first things first is close up this shoulder dart and transfer the excess to the waist dart. What I'll do is connect this together this way and cut through. Awesome. So now that we've done this, we are going to then work on the armhole princess dart. We're working on the armhole princess. So I'll just close this up. So for the armhole princess, I'll be starting just about halfway here. And then I'm just going to connect it into the bust apex point there. Just place your ruler. Okay, this is okay. And go. Then you do your underbust tightening. For your underbust tightening, you're going to measure your underbust circumference and divide it by 4. Mine is 34 inches divided by 4, that's 8.5. So I'll place my measuring tape here all the way to this point here. Then move the tape to this other dart end and continue to 8.5. So I'm having an excess of about 1 inch, right? So instead of doing a whole 1 inch tightening, I feel it will be too snug for me. I'll do ½ inch towards the side seam and quarter inch towards the center front. Quarter inch is also 0.25 inches. So now I can continue placing my curved ruler this way and joining it up to meet up there. Okay, once you've done that, just all the way straight down. So same thing here. Straight down, and we go straight down this way. Good. Once you have done that, we are going to draw the neckline. I usually use 3.5 by 3.5 inches. Please take your measurements and then just connect those points together. Also, I will just make this neck just drop by 0.25 inch there. So instead of it being here, I'm dropping it to this point. Okay, so I can cut this neck area. I don't want it to be pointy at that end, that's why I did that. Also for this one, I'm going to just trace so that it transfers to the one underneath. So I will follow the markings that I can see and connect all these points together. Very good. So here is what we have. So this is basically the skeleton we need. Once we have this, the next thing is to work on the um, revealing part. Would I call it the revealing part? The C cut. Okay, let's name it the C cut. So we'll work on the C cut. For us to achieve the C cut well, if you look at this picture, you see that it comes into the front. So it depends on how much, if you want to show some cleavage, if you want to, it depends on what you have in mind. So I'll come from here this way over the bust and come this way because I don't want it to be too revealing. And then from here, you can measure just 1 inch or 3/4 inch, depending on you. So this is it. If you want it more, thank God we're using a pencil. If you want it more, you can still come down more a bit, then curve it depending on what you want. Okay, so for the back, you need your back bodice. Okay, so basically for the back, we have the waist dart, and this shoulder dart can just be removed from here, right? We've also drawn the neck for the back. I'll take my front piece and place it so I know how wide this neck is. You see that excess? That's the shoulder dart of the back. See it here. This is what I'm talking of, which we can just trim off. See, it is also here, which we can trim off. So I want to the neck for the back um from here. That's how wide it is. You need to first readjust the neckline for the back. Okay, so I'll trim that one off first of all. Once it's trimmed off to the proper neck, then you are going to figure out where this design falls on. So it falls on this side. That means the part that we're going to modify will be on this side. Do you get? This part is the part that has just 1 inch as the shoulder in the front. This is what I mean. When you are doing your back pattern, right? You know your front pattern, this part will be full shoulder, but this part will just be 1 inch here, right? So when you are going to be doing your back, take your front and place it right side of your pattern to the right side of the back pattern this way, so that the wrong side is facing you, and then you'll be able to tell where that design is falling. This design is falling on this side on the back. You know, on the front it fell on that side, so on the back is falling on this side. So place it this way so that you do not confuse it. Then you can now draw the design, how wide or how you want the C to be on the back. So I've taken note that this is where it's going to be, right? And I've also figured out how wide this place is. I'll be able to adjust accordingly. So for the back pattern, you can decide to do an armhole princess dart, right? You can do your armhole princess dart as you desire, or just leave it with your normal basic dart. So for this back, this is, let me draw the center back line there. This is the center back line where the zip is going to fall on. By the time we've installed the zip, this is where the zip will fall on. Okay, so if we know where the zip will be, I will then use my pencil to design how I want this to be. I just want it to get here. Okay, so that's the back that way. That's how deep I want the C back to be. Now for this design, mind you, your zip will not fall on this back line again. It will fall here again. Your zip can now be a side zip. Okay, because if your zip falls here, it's already eating into it. Except you make this design not to eat into that place, then you can still have a zip there. But if it eats into it, please, it's not going to be it's not going to have a zip on the center back anymore. Your zip will now fall to the side. So this is what we mean this way. So this is the part that will be um, cut away completely. So we are going to put this on our dress form to see how both the front and the back looks, and then we'll come back to cut it out. Okay, so here's the pattern. I want us to pin it down so that we can work on how it looks. So I'll just cover up the princess dart as if it's sewn. So very good. Now with this, I can see that it's not really revealing at all. Like it's very, very modest, right? So I can see that it's modest, but if you are going for more bold vibe or something, maybe you can. So this one will now really reveal. Okay, yeah. So if you do not have a dress form, I'll say that you can put this on your body, right? Stand in front of a mirror, use paper tape to hold it to you while you do this, okay? Or maybe your sister, maybe a family member, just put it and be able to get your desired shape outcome. This one now, it will show the rise of the boobs here, right? But if we had gone upper, that it doesn't get this low, then it won't show any rise of boobs. And for the back, so this place now will be cut off. We're going to cut it off. For the back, let's do the back real quick. So here's the back pattern. Remember, if you want a princess dart, please do your princess dart for the back as well. And you can see that C cut which I was talking about this way. If you want it more open, draw it how you want it to be. And then looking at both sides together, you can see that where this falls, where this will be revealing at the back, the front is the same place. You can see, so it just falls towards the is this left or right? Right, okay. It falls towards the right hand side. So that's this for this pattern. Yeah, so we're going to remove this now and cut it out and see how it looks, the end result of this our design. All right, so here we are going to now cut this out to see how it looks. This one will just be the normal pattern of the princess darts. Don't forget to label your patterns and draw notch marks. Very, very important. Label your patterns and draw notch marks. So for this one, we're cutting from here. Very good. Then this one goes off. Very good. So this is how your pattern should look like, right? For the front, this is the design, the C cut on the pattern, and then we can just label this up so you know from left to right where your pattern will be. And for the back, the only thing we need to do is cut this part out. Yep. And you can decide if you want to do your what they call this, just sew the back darts, back waist dart normally, or you're going to do a princess dart for the back. So that's about it for this tutorial. If you did find value from this video, please do give me a huge thumbs up as well as subscribe if you're yet to. And until we see you in the next tutorial, stay safe. God bless you all.